Welcome back to Who Is on Magic Untapped as we take a look at the origins and stories of Magic the Gathering characters from throughout the Magic multiverse. I am Barry White. This time around, we're taking a look at a Planeswalker who can tame dragons. And no, I don't mean the dragon speaker, Sarkhan Vol, or even another dragonic Planeswalker like Ugin or Nicol Bolas. The Planeswalker I'm talking about, Sivitri Scarzam.
Who is it?
Who is this?
Who is it?
Who is this?
Who is it?
Born on the Dominarian island nation of Corndor, sometime between the fall of the Thran and the Brothers' War, Sivitri Scarzam was a bit of an odd girl. At a young age, she would often find solace underwater. She would walk into the ocean, hold her breath, and submerge herself into the sea. There, she would speak in dragonic voices as the waves above her formed serpentine shapes. Fearing of what was becoming of their daughter, Sivitri's parents, as well as those living in their local community, began to fear her to be some sort of a witch. As she grew, the stress of the world began to get to her until, one day, the now young lady decided to commit suicide by drowning herself in the very waters that gave her solace. The drowning attempt, however, would forever change her as, instead, her Planeswalker spark ignited, and she found herself spirited away to the Dragon Stronghold, a benthic realm of seawater that is home to a special species of dragon known as Scarzams. It's in this undersea plane that Sivitri finally learned of her dragonic ancestry. She is able to take command of the amazing powers that had been swelling inside of her for all of these years. She learned of hydromancy, the magic of water, as well as cold-focused magic. Using the cold fire at the center of the Dragon Stronghold, she forged magical chitinous armor that gave her additional powers. She then fashioned a rune-adorned sharkskin saddle along with a silver bridle that allowed her not just to mount one of the Scarzam dragons, but also communicate with them telepathically. Once ready, the dragon-speaking Planeswalker felt it time to return to Corondor, though this time as an invader. Starting at the southeastern corner of the island, Sivitri and her dragons began raids on the land and its people. The farmers and other locals on the island tried to take up arms in opposition, but pitchforks and torches did little against the dragonic foes. Eventually, as Sivitri's raids progressed across the island, a healer discovered a new species of poppy that was created by the island's Morrow protector, Solkhanar. When made into a potion, it became a poison that had the power to kill dragons on contact. And kill them it did. Droves of them. So effective was the poison that it killed dozens of Scarzam dragons before Sivitri, realizing what would happen to the dragons if they stayed on Corondor, left Dominaria, and moved on to other ventures. A number of years later, Solkhanar tasks one spellcaster of each of the island's kingdoms to work together and channel their magic to somehow summon the Scarzam dragons back to Corondor with aspirations to end the race once and for all. After much time, the island nation's mages succeeded, and the dragons began to appear on the island once again, to their own detriment. Mounted upon the final dragon to arrive was Sivitri. But before her dragon could face the same fate as the others, she was instructed to turn around and flee the plane by one of the mages. Sivitri, along with the last of the Scarzam dragons, went back through the portal from which they were summoned. As for what became of Sivitri and the remaining Scarzam dragon is really anybody's guess, but the character who was introduced as a vanilla legend creature in the 1994 Legends finally got a Planeswalker card in the Dominaria United Commander decks back in September of 2022. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, we have a tip jar on Patreon if you are feeling so inclined. Greatly appreciate the support. Thank you for watching.